I knew something was wrong the moment my husband connected his phone to the Bluetooth speaker. Not because music started playing, because it didn't. Instead, he looked around the living room, smiled at our guests, and said, "I've been saving something I think everyone should hear." My blood turned to ice. The dinner party had been my idea. 8 couples, close friends, wine, steaks on the grill. One last cookout before summer ended. It was supposed to be easy, normal, safe. Ryan wasn't originally invited. At least that was the plan. Then 3 days before the party, Noah casually mentioned he'd run into him downtown. Nice guy. I forced a smile. You met? Briefly. He shrugged. Thought it'd be fun to invite him. My heart pounded, but I couldn't object without looking suspicious. So I smiled. Again. That's the strange thing about lying. Sometimes your own smile becomes the thing that traps you. Ryan and I had been having an affair for just over a year. 13 months. We met through a commercial insurance account our companies shared. Lunch meetings turned into after-work drinks. After-work drinks turned into hotel rooms. Eventually, it became routine. Routine is dangerous. You stop thinking about consequences. You stop imagining the person you're betraying might already know. Looking back, Noah changed months before I noticed. He stopped asking where I was, stopped checking what time I'd be home, stopped questioning late meetings. At the time, I thought he'd finally learned to trust me. Now I know he'd simply stopped expecting honesty. The cookout started perfectly. People laughed. Kids played in the backyard. Music floated through the patio speakers. Ryan arrived carrying a bottle of wine. Noah greeted him with a hug. An actual hug. Too friendly. Way too friendly. I caught Ryan looking at me. Just for a second. The same question was in both our eyes. Does he know? Dinner was relaxed. Stories, jokes, vacation plans. Everything felt almost normal. Then Noah stood. Not dramatically, just enough to get everyone's attention. I've got something funny. People smiled. He held up his phone. A voicemail. Everyone chuckled. Someone joked, "As long as it's not mine." Noah laughed. "Oh, don't worry." It isn't. Then he looked directly at Ryan. "It actually belongs to you." My entire body went cold. Ryan frowned. "What?" "I accidentally got a copy months ago." No. No. That wasn't possible. Ryan had accidentally called me once. Months earlier. I'd ignored the call because I was sitting beside Noah. He'd left a voicemail instead, one that was never meant for anyone else. I remembered every word. "Hey, beautiful." I felt sick. Noah smiled gently. I never deleted it. The room became silent. Not awkward. Not yet. Curious. People assumed this was some harmless mistake. Only Ryan and I knew otherwise. Noah tapped the screen. The Bluetooth speaker crackled. Then Ryan's voice filled the room. "Hey, beautiful. I guess you're with him." Every muscle in my body locked. Nobody moved. Ryan looked like he'd forgotten how to breathe. The voicemail continued. "Call me when your husband's asleep." Silence. Utter silence. The recording wasn't long. Maybe 12 seconds, but it destroyed 13 months of lies. No shouting followed, no screaming, no accusations. Just silence. The kind that makes people afraid to even breathe. One of our friends slowly lowered his wine glass. Another stared at me in complete disbelief. Someone whispered, "Oh my God." Ryan stood first. Of course he did. "I should go." Noah nodded politely. "I figured you might." Ryan walked toward the front door without looking at anyone. Without looking at me. Without saying goodbye. The front door closed. Then Noah looked at me. When did you find out? I whispered. He answered without hesitation. Last November? 9 months. 9 months. Every holiday. Every birthday. Every anniversary. He'd known. Every memory I had of those months changed instantly. The calm, the patience, the distance. He wasn't pretending everything was okay. He was quietly preparing for the day he no longer had to. Then he reached into the kitchen drawer, pulled out a large envelope, and slid it across the table. Divorce papers. Signed, organized, already waiting. Noah didn't ask me to explain. He didn't ask why. He didn't ask if I loved Ryan. He simply stood, collected the empty wine glasses, and started cleaning the kitchen. The guests left one by one. No one knew what to say. No one wanted to stay. Within 30 minutes, the house was empty. Months later, after the divorce was finalized, I finally asked Noah one question. Why save the voicemail? He didn't answer immediately. Instead, he looked out the window for a long time. Then he said quietly, because recordings don't argue. I frowned. They don't change their story. He looked back at me. And they don't forget the truth. I still think about that voicemail sometimes, not because of what Ryan said, but because of what Noah didn't. He never yelled, never insulted me, never begged me to stay. He simply pressed play and let 12 seconds of someone else's voice say everything he no longer needed to. That was the moment I realized something I should have understood long before. The opposite of love isn't hatred. It's indifference. And by the time my husband played my affair partner's voicemail, he'd already stopped fighting for a marriage I was the only one pretending still existed.